Some people are dreamers. Some people are doers. And on a rare occasion we find some people that are both. I want you to meet the man that had the dream. And you all know him anyway, but I got to make a nice introduction because he deserves it. A dream that could bring new business and emerging fields to our region. A dream to have this business work with Clarion University to enhance the student experience at Clarion University and to enhance their learning ability, get their hands dirty in practical application. A dream to build a new foundation of economic vitality for our region. Now we can say thanks to all the individuals who spoke today and many more. His dreams have come true. I give you Clarion University President, Dr. Joe Grunenwald.
Thank you all. This idea about dreams is a very, very important idea. We heard mention of the disappointing news earlier this year about Owens. And so a lot of the reaction was appropriately that of loss, of regret, of mourning. But today what we're saying is that the dream is alive. And what we're saying with this building and what we've done together is that Clarion County has this in its future, and it has a future, even beyond the traditional things of the past. I can remember in 1980, 81, and 82, when the people who were the genesis of the housing industry in this county stepped up in a very lonely time when coal was dying and said, we can do some things. And they started building housing plants here, and thank God for them. This is just the next wave. This is the next thing that we have to do to reinvent Clarion County and move forward. There are other dreamers under this tent as well, many of them, but a couple that are really important in this project. And you've already heard from Tim Reniger, who said, I could see that. And I believed him, and he believed me. And Wood Yaney, who's been dreaming and scheming all of his life. Mostly the latter. Who had an idea about what a full-service business development center looked like. Not just business services, but actual incubation, and to have the kinds of support that will be provided here. Those are important notions, and those are the things that we hope that this building will help us communicate to this community. That working together, we can do things that nobody thought a little Clarion County could do. Clarion County might be small, but Clarion County is powerful because of the way we can come together. This is a pretty rural county. Of the 67 counties in Pennsylvania, we have the 6th lowest family income. It's one of the most rural places in all of America. 13 traffic lights. Come on, is that a county? Or is that a borough? What is that? It is Clarion County. Clarion County is its people. It's not its physical assets, it's not its wealth, it's its people. And the way we come together is critical. Back in the early days, and this was when Woody and Tim and I were starting to hack these ideas around in a little bit more serious way, the governor and Senator White took a chance. I'll tell you what, they were out there on a limb saying that they were going to devote a couple of $3 million between the Republican caucus and the governor's office. That took guts. Nothing like that had ever been done in this part of the country or in this part of the state, and certainly nothing in Clarion County. And so to dream is one thing, but to have faith in the dreamer, that's another. And we thank the governor and Mary Jo for having supported us through that. That was a critical time, and those two people could have said no. They could have said no, but they represent us every day, and they represent us well. Our local county commissioners at that time included Donna, Dave Seifert, and Donna Hartle. Tim now has stepped in there to fill Donna's position. It took courage to say that among all the wonderful projects in Clarion County, that is the #1 priority for this county. That takes courage. You live a political life and you look for the kind of support that helps to help you advance the things that you need to get done, but often when you say that is the top priority, that leaves others in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. And that takes courage. That's how things get done. People step up and make the good, hard choice that it takes to do something really good. There are a bunch of townships in this county. And thank God for Monroe Township. Bob Lewis is here representing the supervisors today. Only in Monroe Township could this occur. We got people here that are creative, forward-looking, aren't looking to dig deep into your pockets, although there's always a price to be paid, but aren't there to create a financial barrier or a local political barrier that would stop this project. And so those township supervisors all the way through had to agree to be an applicant, to be a partner, to take money, to pass it along, to engage in all the practices that had to take place with us. Those are important steps. But there are ways that these things evolve that people don't see. Howard being on the governor's response team, Kathy Mack down in the office, down in the governor's office in Harrisburg. These are folks that carried the message for all of us, and so it's really important that they were here. All of our local political officials, Scott Hutchison is here from Venango County simply to show his support. Certainly it's important to note that in this biotech center, this is not just about Clarion Borough, Clarion County. This is about our region. When we sign deals with the tenants in our building, like Nanoblocks or Clarion Research Group or Trinity Development, we expect that they'll stay here. Lessons learned from Wood Yaney and myself over the years, incubators are great until you start asking people for rent or you start asking for people to be a financial partner. All the people in this building have agreed that if they do not locate their business in Clarion, Forest, and Venango counties moving forward, that all of the rent subsidies that are provided in this incubator will be paid in cash back to this facility. So the whole idea is not just to create a golden anchor, although this is going to work pretty good, I think. The deal here is to bring corporate partners that have a commitment to Clarion, Forest, and Venango County, which we call our footprint. So we're exceptionally proud to have Clarion Research Group, Trinity Development, and Nanoblocks as our first tenants. And yes, what I want to do is close asking you to do this. You will help us support this center if you go back in this community and you convince people that there's a hope and a future for the citizens of this county. That the jobs of the past, though good jobs and being here historically, have gone away. We can build a future for ourselves just like we did 100 years ago in glass and 200 years ago in steel and natural gas and coal. Every cycle has a different starting point, and we start in this technology point and move forward from here, trying to communicate to this community that this is our future. We deserve it. We can do it. So every time you're asked, I would ask you to respond that technology has to be our future. We're not going to get into technology by default. We're getting into the technology by intention. And we are good enough. This building is living proof that others elsewhere in very powerful and important positions have that same belief. So I ask you to do that as we move ahead.